Oh, good morning. It's Saturday. Uh, I've been trying to have live shows on Saturday, but this week I thought I'd just do a video. And I wanted to go over a few things. One was I know some people have been a little upset with Bruce's actions this week, but have patience and see what is going on, if you will. I'm not going to do a lot of explanation on here, but I will tell you that Bruce has good reason for doing what he's doing at this point. And no, he has not abandoned John and Michelle or anybody else. He has an abundance of people that he's representing and has. But and he has a clear record as far as that goes, except one exception, and it happened to be based on a grammar error some time ago. And I'm not going to go over that whole thing today either. It is a very simple thing. I have talked about it once before. But I also wanted to mention that there's an outfit out there that says Find a Lawyer. It's AVVO, A-V-V-O. This is what I have here. I don't know if you can read it very well, but that's it. And it's about Bruce. And he rates at 4.9 out of 5 for stars. 4.9, that's pretty high. And like I say, the only thing that had been against him was dispute over grammar. And it was actually a one-word thing, so it was something that was changed or added by a board, okay? And it's been discussed before. It was discussed on Two Lees in a Pod. So anyway, that's a different fight than what we're in right now, or what he's in, actually. I just wanted you to understand that Bruce has a clean record except for the dispute over a grammar era. And it would take me a while to explain that whole thing. Part of it is, well, I'm just not going to do the whole thing. That'd be pretty hard. I did go through the reviews here that from clients, and they were all happy. They were happy with his responses, with the work he did. And as you know, everything is pro bono that he's been doing. And the only expenses that he's been able to recover at all was some of the stuff that had to do with paperwork that he's charged by the courts. So, and there's nothing wrong with collecting that back, believe me. Nobody has the kind of pockets it costs to keep stuff like this in courts, and when they're long running, the expenses go up. Now, my understanding is that Bruce's family has been taking some heat. It looks like there might be some stalking going on. That'll be handled in a different manner. And I don't know how much explanation will be given over some of that stuff. We certainly don't want to dox everything that's going on with that family by bringing up too much about it at this point. But no, John and Michelle won't be left out in the cold or without some sort of representation coming up. And no, Bruce is not walking away from it at this point. The courts still have to file. Bruce will be filing some paperwork on it. So that's about it on that. I can't think of anything else to go over it. Just we have to be careful about trying to put too much of an explanation to it. Let's let this thing come on its own. Let Bruce do his explanation, and the paperwork that follows it or even comes before it will kind of explain what's going on. There's no reason to be upset with Bruce. I can tell you, I believe in him 100%, and I haven't changed my mind about him. Nor have I changed my mind about how I feel about John and Michelle and their daughter. I still think that they need all our help that they can get and prayers. I certainly plan on praying for everybody involved so that they don't have to suffer during this time of wonder. You know, when people wonder about things, sometimes they imagine stuff that's not there. And I've seen a lot of that out there. I can't believe it. And part of the reason I didn't go live today is I don't want to get a big dispute going in the live chat unless you have clear facts and stuff so you can dispute anything that might come up. You really don't want to go on here and try to give your side of it. And that's what I'm essentially doing today, is just giving my side of it. I have no qualms whatsoever of still backing Bruce in his endeavors, period. And I don't know what else to talk about. It's kind of a chilly day out there. I had to work on my heat in here today. It was, for some reason, it didn't want to run right. I've got it fixed, I think. There's a pressure switch in there that clears exhaust fumes out, and apparently I don't know if something got into it. It doesn't take much to mess them up. I got to order a new one, I think. But for right now, I've got it running. No, I didn't bypass it. I kept working with it till I got it to operate. But the pressure switch, if it don't work quite right, then it has to do when the fan goes on, it clears the exhaust so that it gets any fumes that might be in there out before the igniter goes off. And now it actually is working right now. And it had quit yesterday sometime. I got it running. And I had it running again a couple hours ago, and it quit again, so I got it fixed again. And I hope I've got the darn thing solved. At least I hope I do. Oh, it seems like it's one of those weeks. Yesterday it was raining, and I had my pickup out there, and I was in the next town, and one of the windshield wipers started coming apart, the one on the driver's side. And I'm thinking, oh, no. So, but I did stop into O'Reilly's and picked up a new set. I just haven't installed them. I'll install them today so that I've got them on there for the next rain. It's one of those weeks, folks. I don't know if you've ever had one like that or not, but it seems like when you step out the door, you trip out the door instead of step out. And I think that's the day it was. The good part of all this, my wife decided to make a chocolate pie. Or not pie, a chocolate cake. Oh. Anyway, one of the cooking shows showed about putting pudding in it and chocolate chips and what is it? Vegetable oil. And it makes a real moist cake. Maybe like the old mayonnaise cakes. I don't know if you remember the chocolate cakes they called mayonnaise cake. But anyway, she made one yesterday. Oh, that was good. And it is good. We've still got some. And she wasn't too sure how it was going to come out. She hadn't made one like that before, so it was all brand new to her. And so at least that was a good part of the day. I ate a couple pieces yesterday. I'm going to eat a big one today. Oh, my. And it is moist. And like I say, it was all brand new to her. They had put a little cooking time longer on it, but she sat there and watched it, and when she thought it got to about right point, then she tested it, the old toothpick deal, and decided to take it out. And it's probably a good thing she did. It was pretty much perfection. And so I'm happy with that. So I guess I can't say everything was all bad. And I know I got something to look forward to today. And plus I was able to pick up some fresh bakery the other day. So I had some good rolls this morning as well. I like those they're kind of like a Bismarck or round one with raspberry. I love raspberry filling. It's one of my favorite desserts too, by the way. Down in New Orleans, I think they had a place that was called Commander's Table, but I used to go there. And Legusi used to be the chef down there when I went. That's how many years ago it's been. And his it's a homemade or restaurant made dessert, but it looks like a chocolate cone. It's probably about 6 inches long. It's made out of chocolate. They make the chocolate right there, and then they fill it with homemade ice cream and then a homemade raspberry sauce. Now, the raspberry sauce is warm, and so just before they bring everything out, they pour a little bit of this raspberry sauce, and then they give it to you. Oh, man, is that good. That was my favorite dessert. So whenever we went there, that's what I would order. I always had room for it. And by the way, the seafood there was excellent. Legusi is a well-known chef. He's been around for a lot of years. I had three favorite places. Two of them in New Orleans, and there was one called Mosca's out on the highway, and I think it was Highway 90. It was about halfway to Luling from New Orleans when you go out. It's southwest of New Orleans a ways there. Looks like a hole in the wall, but the food was top, and they were known for their crab salad. It was good. But their steaks were tender. You could almost cut them with a fork. I never really had what I called food that I couldn't eat down when I was down there in New Orleans. And I worked there right outside of Luling there. There was a lot of places between, and I lived in Houma, Louisiana, but there was a lot of places in between where I would stop from time to time, grab a beer on the way home, things like that. And back then, you got free appetizers. Well, you talk about life. They say that let the good times roll when you're down there. And I'm telling you, if all you got to be is just a little bit laid back and enjoy yourself, and there's nothing like it. It's you can fit right in. Well, I'm going over memories, but I might as well mix something halfway decent to talk about in here. When it's been one of those weeks. I'm just telling you. So you got to think about good thoughts as well. I probably told you about. They used to have right there in Luling itself. There was a restaurant, and there was a guy that had it was like a shrimp patty, but it wasn't ground up shrimp. And you remove the shell off the shrimp, and you cook this. It's like a crab filler, and then you put it, the shrimp are put inside there, and there'd be, say 3 or 4 or 5 shrimp in it, and it was the size of a hamburger, thickness and width. And, oh man, that was good. And you could pick it up, or you could take your fork and eat it. Didn't matter. There's no big deal. You could put a sauce on it if you wanted to. But the seasoning and the combination of crab and shrimp just made it that much better. And he was the only one around there that made that, by the way. And then the restaurant across the road was known for its lobster. Oh. First time I walked in there was this great big aquarium back there. And here's this huge lobster. I'd never seen one that size. And I can't even remember his name. He wasn't for sale to eat. But he was a big boy. I don't know if you want to eat one that big anyway. I don't know how good it would be. But they took care of him. He was still there when I left. I know he was there for at least a couple of years. And I ate in there regular. There were so many places that just, my mouth waters just thinking about what it was like. I mean, from where my office sat at the plant, I could walk out my office door, go through the back gate, and in less than 10 minutes, I could be at this restaurant that was almost out in. It was almost like swamp, but And there again, it looked like kind of a hole in the wall. It was just nothing more than a house converted into the whole downstairs was a kitchen. And the food was, oh, great. And you couldn't beat it for the money. And you would never walk out of there hungry. Any meal you bought, you would absolutely be filled up before you left. So good service, good people. Yeah, so many good memories. I guess I probably should have retired down there, but you know, there's been so many hurricanes or some again when you're in that area. Like I say, I lived in Homa out there, and it really tears stuff up, and you know, you get flooded out. It's not unusual to have a huge amount of damage. And I had moved just before there was a huge flood down there that really got things. So I can remember from my office walking out to the parking lot, and just we had the tip of a hurricane coming through between us and St. Francis up there. But my parking lot within, I'd say, an hour and a half or 2 hours had about 3 foot of water in it. That gives you an idea how quickly water comes up when you have a bad storm. And you have to be real careful if it does come up. If you're in a flood area that floods easy, you want to move your vehicles out. You don't want them left there. That's about it. I was just filling in some time there. Hope you all enjoyed a little story here and there. We could tell more stories later on if you don't mind listening to them. I've been just about everywhere. I know I was talking or corresponding with Michael Volpe the other day about actually where he lives up there in Chicago, of some places that I knew of up there. You know, brought back memories from a lot of years ago. I've worked in almost most major cities in one way or the other, either putting seminars on or actually working at one of the plants doing something. Or I had a varied career in the construction industry as far as wearing different hats and different locations. And the companies I worked for, some of them were not, one of them actually wasn't from the United States. And they had DBAs in a lot of countries, you know, Japan and, let's see, Spain. We had quite a bit of enterprise in Spain. We had 3 companies in Mexico, Cayman Islands. Did business in a lot of states. If I was sat here to name them, it would take a while. And a lot of the places, not outside the country, but a lot of the places in the country, I've flown in there either for inspections or do something on their licensing it had to do. It was one of them jobs where there's never a dull moment. And it never got too hot or too cold because the office had air conditioning, but if you didn't like the weather outside, you could find an excuse to fly somewhere else for a few days if you wanted to. You really didn't get what you called the winter blues. When you live in Texas, it gets cold. You know, if you're used to 70s and 80s and 90s and 100, and you get down below 50 degrees, that's pretty chilly. And you're wearing a jacket, believe me, you are. Oh, let's see, that's it. I'm just going to let you go. So, like John says, ta-ta.